Welcome back to the Sonic Locker Room. This is Bill Althouse of Sideliner Sports. We're celebrating our 18th year, bringing you the best and the brightest from Eastern Jackson County and the metro area. And it's always so much fun to visit with our good buddy Mike Westacott, the baseball coach from Lee Summit North High School. And Mike, while a lot of students from Lee Summit North were out celebrating spring break with their families, you took a little trip to Springfield, Missouri for a tournament, finished 7-3 over spring break. You're now 9-8 overall. Is this team peaking at the right time?
Yeah, I feel like we are playing some really good baseball right now. We obviously still have some things we want to clean up, and there are always improvements that can be made. But we are certainly playing better now than we were at the beginning, and that's obviously the direction we want to be going.
Tell us a little bit about your team. Do you have a nice blend of senior leadership and underclassmen who are getting the job done?
Yeah, we've got a really good group of core seniors, and I've got to say that they're probably the closest group of seniors we've had in a lot of years. And then complementing that, we've got a wave of young guys that have kind of brought some energy and some talent that I feel like overall our depth is a lot better this year than what we've seen the last couple of years. So. It's a really fun blend and good and a great group of seniors.
Who are some of those senior leaders, Mike?
We got to start with our catcher Otto Moore. He's doing just an awesome job trying to be the field general out there. Our first baseman, Trey Paulding, is probably the best athlete in the entire state and is just an absolutely amazing first baseman. Carson Keyser is our 3-year starter at third base and our best pitcher. And then Henry Cole on top of that, he's kind of our super utility guy. He can play outfield, infield, catch. He can do and pitch. He can do it all for us. So those 4 guys are really our big time leaders. And we still have another 6 seniors after that we rely on quite a bit.
I didn't know Trey played baseball. He certainly has the accolades in basketball. Can't ask for much more from a first baseman than having Trey Paulding over there. He can probably, stretch out and shake hands with the pitchers from first base.
That's exactly right. He honestly has some of the best hands I've ever seen at first. His glove work is really amazing. And on top of that, he is an absolutely dynamite human being. He's a kid that you really want to have around as much as possible. So couldn't be happier that he's one of our guys.
Having that tournament kind of in the middle of the season, a lot of teams start off with a tournament, get some of the inexperienced guys some varsity experience when the games don't count against conference, district, things like that. Tell us a little bit about this tournament in Springfield where you finished 7-3.
Well, we really want to be able to get out of town a little bit and play against some competition that you don't usually play against. Our conference, I am fully convinced our conference is by far the toughest conference in the state. Mm-hmm. So being able to get out of town a little bit and play against some other competition and see some guys that we don't necessarily see all the time is a lot of fun. It's also just a great growth opportunity for our team to kind of be together and hang out in the hotel and on the bus and team meals and stuff like that. It's usually one of the things that I think that the guys look back on the season as we conclude that it's the highlight of their year. So it's good in a lot of different ways and great for our program.
Gosh, over the years I have visited with so many professional, collegiate, and amateur athletes after they've been away from the game for a while. And I've never had one say the highlight of their career in their respective sport was that game-winning home run or pitching that shutout against a crosstown rival. It's the bus rides. It's going out of town on a trip. It's just sitting in the dugout and visiting with everybody, waiting for a rain delay to end. To give them that opportunity. You're around these guys. You see them at home and on the road. Can you tell that they experience that opportunity off the field as much as they do on the field?
Absolutely, 100%. You gotta, when you're involved in high school athletics, you gotta think big picture. What are we really about? What are we really doing? It's great to win games and like you said, have the walk-off home runs and all those things. Those are cool and those are neat. But really, it's about developing young men, developing character. And like you said, it's always going to be those kind of in between moments, those 6:30 a.m. workouts where you and your buddies come in and get bigger, faster, stronger. It's the late night. Hey, remember we've got X and Y and Z tomorrow to make sure we get done. It's all those little things, the in between times that it's really all about. And we really believe that our guys are going to be better off for having been part of our program, regardless of how many wins and losses we put up.
You were talking earlier about the Suburban Big Six. The area, certainly the toughest conference. I'll argue with my last breath that it's the toughest conference in the state, and it's one of the toughest in the Midwest. How do you survive that gauntlet, whereas now basically every game you're going to be playing will be against a conference opponent?
Well, it's just about competing. You just try to go out and compete and give it everything you got in every instance. Don't waste an opportunity. We talk about that a lot, that the high school baseball season compared to club season is a sprint, and you're only going to have so many opportunities. And if you don't have that bulldog mentality to just compete in every single opportunity you get, an at-bat or an inning on the mound, whatever it might be, you've got to be able to just give it everything you've got in that moment. And, you stack enough opportunities together, you end up getting some wins. You can't expect with our schedule to go undefeated. It's just not realistic. But we get to compete against the best, and the more we do that, the better we're going to be. If you get to go up against the best on a daily basis, you're obviously going to improve. So we've just got to keep that attitude that those opportunities are really important for us, and we got to take advantage.
You talked earlier about the importance of great senior players and the leadership they provide. Who are some of the younger guys who are making an impact this year, Mike?
Well, we've got a couple sophomores who've come in and done a great job for us. Wyatt Cole has played a little bit of outfield and pitched for us. Gavin Flessner is one of our starting outfielders. We've got a couple juniors in Briston Wood and other guys who are doing a great job just kind of filling in those roles when we need them. But it's fun because there's energy and excitement that those guys bring. We've got a guy named Carson Sokin who's an unbelievable athlete that pitches for us, plays shortstop for us, and is just always is always energized and ready to roll. And that's something that kind of the seniors are the leaders, and then the younger guys are kind of the energy givers. So it's a lot of fun.
This is your 11th year as the head coach, 27th year overall at Lee Summit North. We've both seen a lot of crazy things happen in the spring, and this year it's no exception. What about the wind that you guys are playing in this year? I don't care how the field is positioned. I don't care where I am. The wind is going to impact that game.
Yeah, it's welcome to the Midwest.
Yes.
It's the weather is always going to play an interesting role, and it's getting interesting too because so many teams are going to the all turf field, so that we're out there in some conditions that we didn't used to be out there playing in. But wind is always going to be a factor. If wind's blowing in, that's going to completely change the outcome of the game versus wind blowing out. So It's fun. It adds to it,
Does it ever? Mike Westcote, always such a pleasure to visit with you. Like we said, 11th year as the head baseball coach at Lee Summit North High School. Congratulations on all the great success at Springfield. And, buddy, you're always welcome here in the Sonic locker room.
Thank you so much.